We will have a lot of ideas. I'll share a lot of discussions. You yourself will come up with your own answers because each one of you is an expert in your field. So you yourself will be inspired to come up with your own answers and your own ideas. I believe ideas are very strong, and I would like to share a story of Rafael Tudela. So in 1960s, there was a man called Rafael Tudela, and this gentleman had a business of making glass, like the glass on your tables. He had a small business, he would make glass, but he had a vision. He says, the world is changing, and oil and gas is the future. And I'm assuming in the UAE also oil and gas was discovered around that time in the 60s? Yeah? So he says oil and gas is the future, and I want to be a part of the oil and gas industry. This was a vision, this was an idea he had. This was before the internet. He didn't have a lot of money, he didn't have a lot of contacts, but he says, I want to be a part of this. So what he did is he found out that the Argentinian government wanted to purchase LPG, butane. They wanted to purchase butane. Any of you in the butane business, LPG business here? Okay, you're there. Okay. Okay. So the Argentinian government had come out with a $20 million contract. So he flew down to Argentina. And when he flew down to Argentina, he wanted to find out who are his competitors. Who are the other suppliers who want to supply to the Argentinian government? And he found out that his competitors are Shell, BP, British Petroleum, now they call themselves Beyond Petroleum, the big daddies of oil and gas. And he says, what can I do better to be able to compete with them? Can I compete on price? Maybe not, because the lower I go, they can go even lower. So what innovative idea do I need to use to ensure I get this contract with the Argentinian government? He started asking himself this question, and when we ask ourselves questions, we always get an answer. So he got an answer. He went to the Argentinian government. He says, I will supply LPG to you, I will supply butane to you, but don't pay me any money. Don't pay me any money. What do you think they said, yes or no? They said yes, but what was his trick? So they said yes, but what is the catch? He says, don't pay me money, pay me in terms of meat. Argentina produces a lot of meat. He says, pay me in terms of meat. So pay me $20 million of meat. They said, okay, this sounds good. No money, meat, good. Let's sign a contract. They signed a contract. So he has now a contract with the government of Argentina to supply LPG, and he has meat in his hand. Now he started asking himself another question, what do I do with this meat? He figured out in those days, the Spanish had a shipyard, and the shipyard was going to go shut. They were going to close it down because the shipyard had no orders, and thousands of people were going to lose their jobs in Spain because the shipyard was shutting, people would lose their jobs. It would become a political issue too. When a lot of people lose jobs, it's a political problem. So he went to the Spanish, he went to the shipyard. He says, what if I ensure your people don't lose jobs? What if I ensure all the people who are working in your shipyard get an order from me to build an LPG tanker? I will give you an order to build an LPG tanker. Would you like it? Now this is a shipyard which is about to go shut. What do you think they said, yes or no? They said, yes, of course, we love you. They said, yes. We'll do it. He says, but I will not pay you money. I will pay you in terms of meat. You are like Rafael Tudela, sir. I will pay you in terms of meat. And the Spanish said, okay, our people love meat. We can get the meat, sell it in the market. They said, okay, deal. Let's crack a deal. So he struck a deal with the Spanish. So now he had an LPG tanker. The Enoch people here must be using a lot of LPG tankers, I'm sure. So he struck a deal. Now he says, now I have to supply LPG. So what does he do? He takes a flight to Sun Oil in America. Now Sun Oil used to supply LPG, butane, a lot of this. He goes to them, he tells them, I would like to buy LPG from you. They say, okay, great, we would love to sell it to you. But again, he tells them what? He tells them, I will not pay you money. Instead, I will let you charter my LPG tanker which is being built in Spain. And he struck a deal with them. And in the end, he struck this deal, and that LPG was supplied to Argentina. So he struck this deal worth $20 million without having any money in his pocket. It was an idea. All he did, and Rafael Tudela became a multi-billionaire in the oil and gas industry just because of this idea. Is that amazing? Yes? Now, was an idea enough? Was an idea enough? So the first thing is ask questions. I always say, if we want an idea, we need to ask questions. So the more questions we ask, the more answers we get. But is an idea enough? So we are talking about ideas, Arabia, but is an idea enough? Is it enough? No. Why isn't it enough? You have to act on it. You have to take action. Now this gentleman, he had an idea to supply LPG, but he took action, and he took massive action, because an idea becomes real only when you take action.